Oh, Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo. We're doing this again? Really? We're doing this again. Now, I am going to try and be like in the middle here and look at the perspective of Nintendo when it comes to this patent that they have now legally own when they, once again, I feel like shouldn't. But they patent essentially in a more generic way of explaining it. Essentially being able to command troops, in this case would be Pokemon, that you are throwing out and telling them to do things, whether it be doing attacks, dodging, whatever, just giving them commands. Nintendo is like, hey, we're the first ones to do it. I went through the patent for the most part, and it seems at first I was reading it, I'm like, this looks like Pikmin. Like, it looks like they're patenting this because of Pikmin. But it also had a lot of the whole Pokemon ZA stuff as well in there. But regardless, Nintendo, you didn't create that either. Palworld didn't either as well. That's why that they shouldn't have patents. No one should have patents for games. I've already made this clear in my previous video, ranting about Nintendo and Palworld and the lawsuit with patents and stuff. I find it the most ridiculous system ever. Like the way that it's done. It's just, you shouldn't be able to patent mechanics for a game, because then it's going to limit creative ideas for future games from especially smaller studios, which is why Nintendo's going after Palworld. It's funny how they don't go after all these other big studios that these patents apparently infringe. Oh, probably because they got a lot of money. They're huge studios. And plus, it's because they're not a direct threat to Pokemon, like 100%. But it's just flat out bullying. But like the patent to control the whatever that you send out, okay. So you created every necromancer build in old computer games. Really? Or like any game where you have like a creature that you can command and tell them to do things, like in a 3D area? You made that? You sure about that? Are you sure about that? I don't think so. I don't know how they got away with getting this one. With many of these patents, like, I feel like at this point there needs to be huge changes on how this system works, because it's just, I know that these patents are not there to protect Nintendo and their IPs. It's their way to go after and harass any developers that dare to compete against them. And we're seeing that with Palworld. Like, it's really simple. Like, I've already shared my thoughts on like how I'm feeling so far with Pokemon ZA, where I'm so disappointed on that they just dropped a lot of things from Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I don't know why they're calling it Legends when I kind of assumed that Pokemon Legends would be more aligns focusing in the gameplay of how the first game was, and it looks like this one is more about focused on battling. I don't know, maybe it will be fun, but I mean, looking around at a city and parks as like our aesthetic, I mean, maybe we'll go in the sewers. I don't know, but I was kind of expecting to go out to the mountains, to the wide open plains, to the spooky forests. Like, Pokemon X and Y had a beautiful region with vast, like, different, like, zones and stuff, like, to explore for Pokemon, and you're not gonna do that? Like, that's where it's like, I've mentioned this with my feelings with Pokemon ZA in my previous video, that, like, they're tone deaf on what fans want. The reason why most people are playing Palworld is because that audience is your audience that grew up with your games, that is so tired of the familiar format. That's why Legends was so good. And it wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it way more than a lot of the main games. But what I found funny, though, was seeing their Pokemon Minecraft Animal Crossing-esque game. It's like, people are already making jokes saying, like, oh, wow, you're copying Minecraft and Sims and this game and that game and this game that you didn't create. Like, it's so funny. They did it to themselves with how they're treating the Palworld situation and making people really now understand patents and why they're evil. Like, Nintendo's had these patents for a very, very long time, but it didn't become a main attention point for everybody around the world until the Palworld situation. So yeah, I hope that this is not going to be a case, which it probably will, where Nintendo will be using this patent to go after Palworld even further. I've even heard that they are changing the wording of their patent while the lawsuit's happening. I'm like, how is that even legal? Like, they're just getting the whiteout or the eraser or whatever, just like, oh, hold on, let me fix the wording. Now I'm gonna change it to this so then I can counter your argument. Like, it's like, what? I want to love Nintendo and Game Freak. I grew up with all their games, and I still like to play their games, but they've been making it very, very tough to justify their actions, the decisions that they're doing, and they're turning into the villain. They really are. It's a real shame. Like, they used to always be like the pro-consumer option when it comes to choosing a console, choosing games, and now they're the reason, for the most part, why games are becoming more expensive. They're the reason why, like, the patent thing is getting a little too much attention, to the point where I worry that other studios are going to continue to do that more. I don't know. It's just, these are things that really disappoint me when it comes to, like, Nintendo and their decisions, but it is what it is, I guess. I just hope that Palworld, I want them to win this, because if it was copyright or whatever, sure, I would be, curious with what Nintendo's got there, because fine. But patents are the most evil, disgusting, just stupid way of fighting against competition. Like, it's crazy to me that they're just not willing to allow there to be any competition with their Pokemon games that make them billions of dollars. Like, relax. People are still going to buy Pokemon. Even if Palworld is the most amazing series, they have an anime, they got cards. Yes, people buy those, but people are still going to eat up Pokemon. Not literally. We're not in the anime where, like, they were selling literally Magikarp for food, or the Tauros meat, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Disappointed. I hope you enjoyed, this rant. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a chibi-tastic day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Chibi out.